So interior wise, apart from the dual cab cut, not a lot. A couple of gauges, monitor pyrometer and boost, edge insight, so that monitors basically anything I select off the ECU from the motor. That covers basically everything for the motor. Apart from that, a couple of switches. She's stock as a rock inside. I did have a Panasonic Tough Book mounted to the roof for GPS nav, but the tablet technology outweighs that by far. So the rear setup is basically just set up like a power wall. So I've got a amp back there. I've got the TCM for the transmissions mounted back there. That goes through a power socket through the back panel instead of coming back through the front through the firewall. It goes back the opposite way. I've got two ARB air compressors underneath the back seats with a air tank that charges, air supplies for pumping up tyres in the rear, and I've also got a set of full riding on air airbags for the rear end, so there's no coil springs back there. It's 100% airbag. Stainless steel snorkel, homemade jobs, first one I made. It's pretty much a lot of the other ones, they go all the way through to the front of the guard before they cut in, where the position of my airbox is right at the back corner, so mine comes in through the guard and takes a hard 90 degrees straight into the airbox. So just a one-off sort of design. I've had a couple of people ask me if I can make them a snorkel same as mine, and I said, well, only if your airbox is right at the back. I can take that shape. Apart from that, yeah, it makes it hard. So overall suspension, it sits at 3 inches lifted, so the whole vehicle is engineered as is. As we're seeing it right now, it's engineered for the chop, engineered for the suspension, engineered for the 3.5 ton GVM upgrade. My front is a set of Tough Dog springs. I did have another set of springs in there. They rode a little bit too heavy, so the Tough Dogs are a little bit softer. They're about a 3.5 heavy duty, being the Duramax. It is quite heavy in the front, so it kept the weight down. Suspension in the rear, the trailing arms, they're all Superior Engineering front control arms. Apart from the airbag, wasn't even a kit. It was just I sized up a set of airbags, and I managed to find some bracketry from Airbag Man and fit it in to make it work. Just got the GME UHF at the moment. I might end up moving to a good handheld unit. Again, same thing, technology in them handheld units are just as good as the fixed units these days, so I think I'll move over to something like that. Rear tray is built at home, so the back end, I haven't got any batteries underneath the front, they're all under the back. I've got room for 3 batteries. I hold one permanently. I used to have an alloy canopy that I had one in that as well, so when I had the canopy on I had the potential to hold 4 batteries, but at most I held 3. The car's got 3 buzz bars to help with the power distribution, so I don't have voltage drop across, come up to the starter or run the front winch. It's got a big buzz bar underneath where the battery users sit in the front end, just to, again, to control the voltage drops. So, tray's got a swing away storage compartment, aluminium storage box we made up. Apart from that, it's just gusseted underneath the bottom, some LED tail lights, just the usual works. Exhaust is 3-inch dump out of the turbo. You're a bit limited to the size of the dump you can fit through them, especially the way I've mounted the turbo. My turbo sits 30mm higher than in the factory Duramaxes, just to help get the heat away from the intake runners of the motor. So it's 3-inch dump down to just below the passenger's footwell, where it goes 3 to 4-inch, and I've got a Magnaflow 4-inch straight through muffler and it's a whole lot of stainless steel the whole way through. And the turbo is factory Garrett. So being the Duramax conversion, everything is factory. The only thing that you would say not factory would be the pipe work and the intercooler. So injectors, crank, cam, rods, pistons. It was motor purchased in 2018 from GM when they nearly went bankrupt. So it's as close to a new motor you can get without building a new motor. Last dyno was 420 rear wheel horsepower and almost 1400 newton meters. Since then I've had another tune ordered from the States. That's now, I haven't had a dyno, but the driver's seat dyno feels a little bit more. So the auto has got a Suncoast Stage 5 build in it, as well as a billet torque converter. Jones at SIA Meriden building up the wiring harness. So the wiring harness is brand new. It's not a joint, there's not a joint or solder within the harness. It is all uninterfered from injector to ECU, so to speak. which was an effort in itself. So massive shout out to him. Shout out to Corey Hamilton from Australian Automatics. Like I said, he built the diffs, the auto, and transfer case, as well as a lifelong friend and big help. He engine hoist, I don't know how many, the car hoist, I don't know how many times. So massive shout out. Cheers. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Oz 4x4 Sales. Take it easy.